The first alert went out at 5:01 p.m. of this active shooter on Emory Atlanta campus. And then again, we just confirmed, as Cheryl mentioned, it was a 9-minute difference where they put out that the threat continues, and then 1 minute ago, while the emergency continues on the Emory Atlanta campus at Emory Point, the shelter in place has lifted. And you can see these many of SWAT teams are out there, APD as well. We do want to go now to the hospital. We have a crew there. So what are you seeing? We know this is where that, what I'm being told, is the DeKalb County Sheriff's deputy was taken just after 5 o'clock.
Well, Cody, you're right, and you and Cheryl both just touched on the biggest development. We're just seeing that tweet from Emory saying the shelter in place has been lifted. We do want to mention our own Ariana Manise just a few minutes earlier had said and had confirmed that the hospital here, Emory University Hospital, was on lockdown. Unclear at this point if the Emory University tweet saying the shelter in place has been lifted also means that the lockdown inside the hospital has been lifted. What we can say, and what you can see now probably through the lens here, is that there is still a massive law enforcement presence here. We're seeing lots of DeKalb police vehicles here. The speed, the pace here is a little slower than likely what we would have seen 30, 45 minutes ago as the scene was still unfolding. Because Cody, I mean, as you said, we have confirmed that injured law enforcement officer was taken to Emory University Hospital here. Of course, still seeing plenty of activity, helicopters circling overhead, law enforcement taking this very seriously. But as you pointed out, it seems some good news, the sense of things slowing down a bit here, the sense that the shelter in place has been lifted, gives us hope that this situation is contained. But as you can see here, here's a Clayton County Sheriff's deputy vehicle moving in real quickly here. And Cody, you pointed out, in situations like this, that's what happens. Just because this happened in DeKalb County, just because this happened in the Emory University area, it is not a jurisdiction issue. When a situation like this happens, every available law enforcement officer from any agency is going to flood the scene here, and that's what we're seeing at this moment just outside of Emory University Hospital. Again, we're still working to confirm if the shelter in place, or rather if the lockdown inside of the hospital has been lifted. Cody, as you pointed out, that's typically standard protocol when something like this happens. An ER, a trauma department, will lock down as a precaution. But as we've reported now, we do know that this shelter in place has been lifted per a tweet just a few moments ago from Emory University.
You know, Zach, we were talking about it being significant that the shelter in place is lifted. In that same tweet, they talk about the emergency situation still happening. And Cody, as we were watching Zach's report, you just sense all that's unfolding as you see so many, especially DeKalb County vehicles there at the hospital as people are gathering around, you know, a law enforcement partner. We've confirmed through two sources that a DeKalb County Sheriff's officer had been hit, and we don't know the extent of the injuries. And while Emory University Hospital is not a level 1 trauma center, that does not mean that the injuries are not severe, because it is the closest hospital. I mean, the shooting happened so close to that hospital that if need be, you would just get that person to the closest help available, and that would be Emory University Hospital.